Hello, iHeart listener. We have a confession to make. Both iHeart and this commercial you're listening to right now would probably sound a heck of a lot better on the new Roku Pro Series TV. It's got side-firing speakers that fill your room with sound, Dolby Atmos audio that puts you right in the middle of the entertainment, and the ability to pair seamlessly with your home theater sound systems that already have surround sound and booming bass. If all that sounds too good to be true, it'll sound even better on the new Roku Pro Series. Your hearing isn't better, your TV is.
We've all done it. You see a headline but don't have time to read the whole story, or there's so much news you're not sure what is worth your time. I'm Colby Ickowitz, co-host of Post Reports, the weekday afternoon podcast from The Washington Post. Post Reports brings you what's relevant and revealing. Breaking stories, politics, wellness, culture. Each episode goes beyond a headline for the context you need. Find Post Reports now, wherever you're listening.
I'm Rodney Williams.
And I'm Travis Holloway. Welcome to the Wealth Break Podcast, a real conversation about finance.
Let's be honest, building wealth doesn't look the same for everyone.
I feel like sometimes being broke is a cycle and that we might have to revisit that.
And we're not stopping at success stories.
What happens when it doesn't go right? How do you cope with it?
Because wealth isn't just about money. It's about creating a life where you thrive and help others do the same.
Listen to the Wealth Break Podcast on the iHeartRadio app.
Callan Fugg with things we need to know.
They did a study on single people, and they're trying to figure out what can make you ultimately super happy. They studied happiness, life satisfaction, and ultimately they found that for those who are single, friendships are the key to happiness. Having a best friend in particular, someone to lean on, someone to talk to, someone to open up about, is the most important thing, the most important relationship. And then they were like, well, what about like family and stuff like that? Obviously, family should be important. Well, they said family supported a life satisfaction more than it did happiness. So like overall life satisfaction, a healthy relationship with your family, that was up there. Just didn't really have much to do with your overall happiness.
I can see that because as much as I love my family and they have made me who I am, there is nobody more that drives me up a wall than they do.
I'm glad you brought that up, Payne. It brings me very smoothly into my next story.
Okay.
But what about married people? That wasn't part of
it. It was just a study about single people.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. They did a study on like, why spending time with your family can be so emotionally exhausting, even if you love them.
Okay, tell me more. I need this.
So psychology says time with your family is so emotionally exhausting because it takes you back in time. Each family person plays a role in the family. And when you spend time with your family, you kind of revert back to your old self. So your role of the precocious baby of the family or the flighty underachiever, the golden child, whatever that may be, when you're with your family, emotionally and psychologically, you revert back to that. And it takes a lot of effort, even if you've grown as a person since then. Whoa. Maybe you're not the complainer of the family. Maybe you're not. So they say it can be a little daunting going into it, but the positive thing is there are ways to navigate that without causing a whole lot of like extra stress on you. The first thing you need to do if you know you're hanging out with your family is just emotionally and psychologically prepare yourself for it by saying, I know these things are going to happen. And then when your brain already knows they're going to happen, it's already started processing that emotion for you, and it makes it a little less exhausting.
Wow, that is a treat for me. That's crazy. I feel like that my brain right there is my boyfriend Kadeem. Like whenever we go to my parents' house and my sister's there or my brother's there, he'll be like, don't respond and don't react because you already know what's going to happen. You already know the outcome. Don't stress yourself out about it. Just don't say anything.
And that's exactly what the psychologists say.
Yeah.
So this woman found out her husband was cheating through a very, very common phone feature. She found that her husband had blocked 208 numbers of random women on her phone so that they could never contact each other.
Oh, wow.
So, didn't want to give you anything to worry about, but go ahead and check your own. Like, usually people are worried about checking their significant other's phone. Check your own phone, because if you have numbers blocked on there that you didn't, you might want to call those numbers.
208, no, you think one of them would have found another way to reach out to her if they wanted to. They had to.
Yeah, and there are other ways too, but like she was like, wow, which definitely would leave you in a position where you would pose this question.
How long has this been going on?
Don't sleep on this Charlie Puth song, you guys. It's a fun little way for you to just check out, just check your phone.
I kind of like it though, like as a hack, like say, like, because sometimes when you're in a relationship and there's that one person that just won't leave them alone or constantly text them, like just to like sneak in when they're sleeping. Maybe not 208, but maybe like 3 or 4.
See, Kyle presents it as a warning, and Peyton hears it as a life hack.
Okay. I guess, take it as you will. And that's 3 things you need to know.
Have you ever wondered what it would be like to have supervision, enhanced hearing, extraordinary reflexes, to be, dare we say, superhuman? Well, Roku's new Pro Series TV can't do any of that for you. But with a 4K screen, side-firing speakers, and a blazing fast refresh rate, it'll sure feel like it. Elevate your entertainment using all your favorite apps like iHeart and play all your music, radio, and podcasts with the new Roku Pro Series. Your senses aren't better. Your TV is.
We've all done it. You see a headline but don't have time to read the whole story, or there's so much news you're not sure what is worth your time. I'm Colby Ickowitz, co-host of Post Reports, the weekday afternoon podcast from The Washington Post. Post Reports brings you what's relevant and revealing. Breaking stories, politics, wellness, culture. Each episode goes beyond a headline for the context you need. Find Post Reports now, wherever you're listening.
For some of us, personal finances aren't just personal. They include a lot more people than ourselves. Loved ones, neighbors, the communities we call home, and the causes we hold in our hearts. At Thrivent, we help plan your financial picture with the bigger picture in mind. Because even though our business is helping guide your finances, our ambition is to make it mean so much more. Thrivent, where money means more. Connect with us at Thrivent.com.